Hello everyone and welcome to another War Leader PvMP video. Today I'm going to show you what raiding looks like in Update 5, Armies of Isengard. This was recorded on December 17th, which was my birthday. Happy birthday to me! So I went out raiding, picked up a pug group, and made a night out of it. That also tells you exactly how long I've had this stuff on hand and haven't gotten it edited and made videos out of it. I recorded the commentaries for it, and then I dumped those because I wasn't happy with them. Then I got busy with holiday stuff. Then I got sick. Life happens. But anyway, here it is now, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. Alright, for this first one, we have pushed up from East TA forward behind the Free Parade. We're trying to catch them between ourselves and TA, and hopefully wipe the entire raid out. The champion is getting away, but we have a minstrel, which is a much better target to take out. Champions before Isengard were actually pretty squishy targets, but afterwards, with all the bubbles and stuff, they just get away so easily that they're a very poor target to choose, actually. So instead we go for the minstrels. Also got some lore masters up here. Lore masters are another high priority target for me. They're very squishy, they do a lot of damage, particularly AoE, and they've got crowd control. I'm not totally so sure about how good their healing is in a PvP zone. I haven't seen any lore masters actually try healing, really, so I haven't been able to judge that, but I suspect that it's not that great because of the amounts of bursts that get thrown around in PvP, especially with focus fire. Now, my group, I actually am pretty happy with the composition of my group right now. We've got 50% healers. I wouldn't mind if we could get another war leader in for group 2, and a couple guys to throw into a third group with one of the defilers, but I'm just fine with where we are right now. Actually, we have slightly more than 50% healers because we only just filled out group 2, and I've actually got 2 defilers in my one group. So we're very healer heavy, but a lot of our guys are fairly green. Between rank 0 and 5, so it's good to have the extra healers because that creates additional margin for error. Now right there I had the Black Arrow just joined. The Black Arrows used to have the character portrait that War Leaders now have, which is the bald Uruk. Now they have the Uruk with hair. I've always thought that those two portraits have been flipped around and should be the other way, and I'm happy that they changed them. The issue is that I've played with the other portraits for the classes for so long that it kind of throws me a curve when guys are joining my raid and like, oh, it's that portrait, it should be a, wait a minute, that name's a Black Arrow name, what? Oh yeah. So yeah, that happens. Alright, Father Damien is on his ranger, he's all alone here, and we go ahead and just push right into the camp and just tank everything. We've got so many healers that we can easily push right in, kill what target we want to, especially since there's only one guy inside of here that's going to be real resistance, and not even have to worry about it. That's the great thing about having a good composition, is it gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to go out and just push a target of opportunity and flatten them in the middle of their NPCs when they think they're safe. If you've got just so many healers that you've just got health flying out everywhere, overflowing into the non-grouped peoples, and he can't kill anything.
Alright, get out.
Alright, we kill him, we leave. Alright. Right here what we're doing is we're pushing towards TR. Now TR to ECA forward is where the fighting went for pretty much the entire night. We were shuffling back and forth along there all the time. It wasn't particularly interesting, but it was what we had. So here we are, we're pushing forward, and we're going to go after some targets of opportunity, looking for lore masters, minstrels, and hunters. Those are some of my favorite targets to go after. Runekeepers are also targets that I really like to hit, but I typically go for the squishy healers and squishy DPS, because if you can eviscerate a raid's DPS, then you have them. And if you can eviscerate their healing, you also have them. Now, right now, we do not have the numbers and composition to be able to actually push the Freeps in their keep. They've got basically a full raid up there, and if we get tangled up with the NPCs, we're going to get ourselves killed. So the idea as a leader that I have is basically push forward, get kills, then back out, disengage, and let them come forward. Ideally, I'd like them to fight straight up in the open field. That's just not what happens throughout the entire night. It's just shuffling back and forth. There's never any point where the two raids can actually form up and slam into each other into a full-on confrontation. They never commit to it. Anyway, what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to get people grouped up on top of me, and it's taken a while because a lot of them are somewhat newer players. So you gotta understand that, be a bit more patient, and just keep repeating orders for them so that they get around. We form up on this side of the rock, and we're gonna go ahead and cover the retreat of the creeps. So we come around the other side of the rock, push into the overextended minstrel, and take it out really quick before they can do anything. And basically, we're just gonna blunt the advance of the creeps right now, and we'll push them up a little bit as soon as they start to fold, and then we'll try to disengage once more. Creeps are already backing off again. The other creeps have turned around and are pushing back at them. And so very soon here, they're all going to be heading back up towards TR. So that's going to be our opportunity to push, see if we can get a few more kills, and then try to disengage once more. I want to get this Lore Master right now, because Lore Masters are always just annoying to deal with. Unfortunately, he's already gotten away, because we're not really pushing all the way into their lines the way that we should be. We do have one war leader way out there. I realize he's going to be in trouble pretty soon here, so I'm getting ready to throw a bubble at him as soon as he needs it. There you go. Toss the bubble at the war leader. War leader's going to get away clean. And creeps have backed off far enough that we can disengage safely. Other creeps are still pushing a bit further forward, but oh well.
Everyone come to the shield. We are leaving the front to TR.
Once again, just wait for everyone to get here, and then move out as one group. Alright, now here we are. We come out all the way on the flank of the creeps as they push forward on a different occasion. And the plan here is to come in, take out their back line, and then push down and catch them between the creeps that they were chasing down to the ford and ourselves, and force them into a full-on fight and wipe them all out. Alright, we managed to drop that minstrel very quickly. We go after this hunter now because he's going to die pretty quick. But I want to get these guys killed as fast as I can and then get us moving down towards the ford. Unfortunately, a lot of people started chasing the champion towards TR. I see a horse on the side already escaping.
Push forward. Freeps are coming back towards us.
What I see now is 3 Freeps have come towards us. 2 of them are heading towards the res. Jagoda pushed into us, so we have the chance to get a kill on this minstrel. But I can tell that we're taking too long to actually push into the Freeps. At least 4 of them have gotten away. That's that plus the 2 that we've already killed. That means that one group's already gone, and if they continue to scatter like this, then they're all going to be gone by the time we get down here. So I push away. Everyone else stays on top of Jagoda, and as I get here, I see that basically the Freeps have already scattered and/or been mopped up by the creeps that were down there. So we've missed our opportunity to really catch all of them in one place. Still, we are in great position to intercept them as they're trying to run away and to get kills. So we are at least taking out a large number of their minstrels. They had a lot of minstrels in their raid, because minstrels have been pretty popular lately. But still, you can wipe out 6 or so minstrels. That's quite a chunk taken out of their healing.
Get where can get.
So now we're going to go ahead and push towards TR and see what exactly there is. Get up here, I see at least 1 fellowship's worth. And as I come closer to TR, I just start finding more and more of them. We're going to try to get this Lore Master right now, see if we can get him. I pop Wisdom of the Council right there. And he's pops the stun, but he's not getting away. He's taking out too much damage. And then we back off once more. We took out about half the raid, but the other half managed to get away or come back from the res, so it didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. So, in the end, raiding is basically the same as it was. Obviously, the playing field has been leveled more in some aspects, and in other aspects it's been tipped more towards the Freeps' favor in some ways, tipped more towards the Creeps' favor in others. The use of Mobilize means that Creeps are able to get around a lot faster, and for a while we're going to be able to take advantage of that as raid leaders, to be able to move our forces faster than the Freeps expect us to, because they know that we've got Mobilize stuff and that we're moving 20% faster, but it's going to take a while for that to actually translate into the actual, oh yeah, they move this fast, and it's just instinctive for the other leaders. And so we're going to have to take advantage of that as long as we can to be able to move around quicker than they expect and get flanks and other things off. The other place that gives us the advantage, as I said before, is we can move at full speed through water. So that's probably going to influence where raid leaders decide to fight, especially if they're potentially outnumbered. If you stick closer to rivers and such, then that gives you the option of being able to get into the water and get across faster than your opponents can, and lets you pick and choose whether you're going to actually fight them or not, and be able to maneuver more quickly and keep them from being able to choose when they want to engage you, which is something that's very nice to have on creep side for once. Overall, March and Mobilize have really helped a lot with cutting down on the ability of Freeps to disengage from a fight and get away with their creeps having no chance at really catching them. Before this, Wargs could catch them, but now anybody can hit March, or if they're a Warleader, get Mobilize up, and they can catch up to a fleeing Freep and force them to fight again after their in combat run has gone away or whatever, and it just helps level the playing field in that. As for the raids, though, obviously the mitigation buff with tactical damage is playing a role there, but it can be compensated with enough healers. So overall, raiding is still very much the same, because the mechanics and the fundamentals of raiding have not changed. So if you knew how to raid before, you know how to raid now. End of story. Alright, well that's all for this time. I will have new videos when I have them ready. But in the meantime, good luck and have fun out there. Ugmog is out.